Malaysia. Okay, so this is the process of oil palm plywood. Yeah, they take the logs from the mill, and then they make the peel, make the veneer, consolidate into a plywood, then you get the plywood. And based on our R&D, we have also do some innovations on the quality of the plywood that we produce using different treatment of the veneer. So we produce different types of plywood with different quality. And this is some of the properties that we get from the treatment, from the advancement, from the innovation that we make. Yeah, so if you compare with this mixed light hardwood, this is the 100% wood. Yeah, if you compare these properties to the other properties, we are comparable. So it can be sold as much at the value of what mixed light hardwood is. Yeah, which is about USD 450 per cubic meter. 450 is about, if you times 4, yeah, 1,800 per cubic meter. Yeah, that is a lot. Yeah. Okay. So what is the estimated cost for these three with the new advancement? For one panel, that is 4x8. We calculated. For conventional method, one panel costs about 85 ringgit per 24 cent. The second method 38 ringgit, third method is 35. So you can choose whichever method that you want to produce different types, different quality of plywood. Yeah. So in the study, we also found that the treatment that we conducted is feasible to improve the performance of the plywood, OPT plywood. We have also introduced OPT plywood in the ISO standard, and it has been accepted by the ISO, and the standard has been published. I think it's already been published. We have the Malaysian standard here, already published in 2018, and in the ISO standard, it is already under ISO 2426 Part 4. It is already in the publication status. Yeah. So it is accepted. So you can sell your plywood, you can export your plywood as your OPT plywood as plywood. So in the standard, it says that any material, any lignocellulosic material, not from wood, any lignocellulosic material that can be peeled into veneer and converted into plywood. So OPT plywood is the plywood. Okay. So if you don't do that, you will have economic loss, something to the amount of, let's say, with the 26 million and 1.7 cubic meter for one log, you get 44.2 million cubic meter of logs. Except 80%, you get 35 million, and we only use 18 feet, so you get 14.9 million cubic meter. Based on the recovery, just now I mentioned about the table, 47% from logs to plywood. Based on 47%, you will get 7 million cubic meter annually. Based on this calculation. And how much does it cost? How much does it value? If you sell at 1,000, don't sell at 450 USD per cubic meter. Just sell at 1,000 ringgit per cubic meter, you get 7 million a year. Something for you to ponder. Yeah, that's how big is the money that you are losing if you don't use that. If you don't use the OPT. Okay, this is a supply cost of transporting OPT. Thank you, Dr. Rida. This is from Candice. Well, what I want to show is if you were to put your plywood mill here, it will be most expensive. So, median if your mill is in Kelantan, but the best would be in Jepun. So that is the reason, and it's true because this is the only. We only have 2 companies left from the 6 companies, OPT plywood, still operating. One is in Bahau and another one is in Keluang. So the study is proven this area is the best for us to operate the plywood mill. Yeah, because of the sources. Yeah. Yeah. With that, thank you.
Any questions from the floor?
From the tree trunk, you held the tree trunk, like in Africa, they call it palm wine. You can extract palm wine. And from that wine, they ferment it and produce industrial gin.
Point is the oil, is it? Are you talking about the oil or just the juice?
No, from the juice, the sap. The sap from the trunk.
The sap.
When you fell the tree, on the palm, tree itself, the sap from it, at the end there, from the growing point, you can tap the sap.
Yeah.
The sap can be fermented, can be distilled and extract, and you can produce palm industrial gin. Industrial gin is used. That gin is even used for your removal, Q-Tex removal. Q-Tex removal, it's used for that. So why don't we give some thought towards that? Because that's money, the revenue coming in, for especially for smallholders, when they fell the tree, at least they get something.
We did that for fronds. We had study on using fronds. The fronds.
Not the front.
The fronds is better. We have used OPT. We also use the fronds, but the quality of the sap that we produce is better from the fronds. That's one. Secondly is of course if you talk about the trunk is big. You need a special machine to do all this chipping and crushing.
No, it's very simple. It's very simple. You just take off the growing point, the fronds at the growing point, and then the young shoot inside there, you just bore a hole there and leave a container underneath, and you can get a sap for at least for a couple of days, and that sap is distilled. Go to distill it, and you get very good industrial gin, which can be used for so many other things. I'm not sure of that, but I know very well that it's used for Q-Tex removal.
Yeah. Well, in the plywood mill also, when we want to dry the veneer, we sort of squeeze it out. The sap came out.
Yeah.
See, and
That's
the
right.
sap is good, but we don't use it for that. For the mills in Bahau, they use the sap and they use the pith, the center core. Because center core is very soft.
Yeah.
We cannot peel, so they chop it and give it to the cow. You see, it's for remnants.
I see. Yeah.
And this has been very well, as animal feed. Yeah, very good for animal feed.
Yeah, there are so
Of course,
many
they add
uses
something
like that.
else.
There are so many
So
uses.
they are using it. The mill are using it.
Thank you.
It's a very business question. Can you show the last map where you have the curves of transport cost? I was wondering when I was seeing that, do you think for Florida, if the palm oil industry is, or the timber industry, I don't know which one, or the plywood industry is going to be able to give or to pay a study, because you show three curves, but actually, if you take any plot anywhere on the map, you can compute how much palm oil tree you can get around it by year for, say, 35 ringgit or per ton. Or you put a threshold, that is acceptable on the market. So this study, our team can do it. And then you end up have so many points, and you have a map of all the possible points you can get with how much volume. But is the industry really interested by that, and is there a market for us to sell our student know-how?
But we need to match that with the plywood mills. See, but this is the highest cost the median and also the lowest. So that's why we just take the
no,
three.
but actually beyond that, you can imagine, because since the volume is so huge, you can imagine zones in Peninsula where you don't have plywood mills, but we have the resource. And if the resource is plentiful enough, it might be enough to build a mill as well, depending the size of the mill. So I was wondering how, because it's costly to do such a map. It will take time. Candice cannot just do it like that. It's not, how to say, you don't press a button. So do you think we can tap some industry to pay our students to do that?
Well, don't ask me. I'm from Introp as well. Maybe ask FPOB perhaps, or maybe Chief Firdaus. He's from the NPI. NPI, I'm sure you would like to know which part of the Semenanjung Malaysia or Sabah or Sarawak that can give you the best value for your plywood. But even with this one, it is already verified that the lowest is in Jempol. So true enough, two companies one company in Bahau, one is in Keluang, that is still operating until now. The rest are already changed to something else, especially the northern part. Yeah. So I really hope that maybe Chief Firdaus, because in your policy papers there is